And back here, day 3, Country Radio Seminar 2025 rolls on. Brandon Morrill and Caden Gordon here, the sportsguyspodcast.com, and of course out there, KKTC True Country 99.9, hightidecountry.net, presented by, again, Olivia Rock, Sandy June Music, and of course out there to our friends at everywhere out there, the CadenGordonShow.com. Today's best country mix out there, too. It's been a lot of fun with you.
It's been great.
3 days of this, and of course, with some people coming in and out, cancellations because of the weather, people's schedules. We're going to do a lot of these coming up over the next few weeks with the full-length interviews, playing some songs out there, too. Again, you can hear the show 5 to 6 Mountain Time, 7 days a week, always featuring a new artist on KKTC True Country 99.9 and streaming on Angel Fire Broadcasting. Do we save the best for last? This could be it. We may tear down after this and get out of here, right? Because the luncheon's coming up with Big Machine a little bit. Jake Brown joining us here. A lot of cool things to talk about. What's going on?
Great. Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Make sure that mic's on right there, too. Yeah, he's on right there, too.
Yeah.
But to hear those tones, too. Hey, let's talk about everything. Songs of Nashville, things you've got going on, too, as well. Love this. And, man, what a great project, conversations with legendary country music. I mean, superstars, Vince Gill, Clint Black, and just everything out there, man. You got a really cool thing going. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, man. I mean, from those names you mentioned, the Jelly Roll to going back in the dates, the old school writers, Kinky Friedman, rest in peace, that's no longer with us. The whole mission and point of this whole book was to shine a light on the unsung heroes of country music. Who are the songwriters?
Yes.
This is my 60th book in 25 years. I have written books with everyone from Hart, from Joe Satriani to Teddy Riley to Country Forest State, all over. But it wasn't until I moved here and lived here about 10 years, I started realizing that for all the country songs that came on the radio that you know by the stars, it's not often known they're written by this wonderful community of songwriters on Music Row, and we wanted to showcase that in the book for the first time. So Nashville Songwriter, the first 2 books started it. Songs in Nashville brings the current 2025, gives you a really action-packed look inside the behind-the-scenes creation of all your favorite songs as country music is.
I love that, too. And you got to love that type of music that you're featuring these great artists, too. And it's always those songs, for me, it's like, Waylon and Willie, Lukenbach, Texas, or I just talked to a few weeks ago, Robert Earl Keen, here right here on the program, just to hear that story of over 40 years of playing Americana music. And every time that comes on, whether it be 70s, 80s, 90s country music or somebody in Americana like Robert Earl Keen, a great songwriter himself, that have done this, Vince Gill, Merle Haggard, Conway Twitty, all the great songs that get heard today, Waylon and Willie, outlaw country, back in the 80s and stuff like that, too, until it got to George Strait, 80s and 90s country for all those great artists. It's got to make you feel good, even as a writer and putting out these books, man, to be able to have those type of artists, those type of songs really come to life, and just like we do here on the show, letting people open up their heart and their life to you to be able to tell these stories, right?
Well, yeah, getting the personal stories of these songwriters and stars, as you mentioned, the songwriters and stars and their personalized stories, and really giving them a spotlight. So you get how they got to town, how they got started, how they got their first cuts, the importance of the community of songwriters coming up together, the trials and tribulations, the holds. You get that song that's put on hold by someone and they get cut for 2 years. Then it's a big number 1, or maybe someone else picks it up. So it really takes you inside, I think, the behind the scenes of country music's creators. Not just the stars that perform the songs, but the songwriters that create all of these songs and the personal stories from their lives and experiences that inspired them.
I love it. It's a great project, too. And the book's coming out. Is it June 24th?
June 24th. But again, you can pre-order it now at Walmart, Barnes & Noble, anywhere.com-wise. And the physical book hits stores, hardcover, Simon Schuster, the version in June.
May I get a copy?
Oh, absolutely.
I want to read this from cover to cover. I love when books come out. We come on here, too, and we've had a lot of great authors. Billy Stanley has done our show, the half-brother, step-brother of Elvis Presley. He put out a book there a couple of years ago. We had him on. And, of course, just a lot of great authors out there, musicians, and putting out great books. We just had Olivia Roxon. She was on American Idol. She put out a great book out there, too, one of our proud sponsors, too, and it takes you back in time, kind of a sci-fi feel to it. So it's amazing how much talent's out there, not just from the music industry, but also writers can turn it into a story. That's crazy.
If you're a Taylor Swift fan, we have Liz Rose here to take you inside the writing of the country hits. If you like Hillary Lindsey, Natalie Hemby from the Stars Born, Lori McKenna, Humble and Kind, we even have Looking for Love in All the Wrong Places right here. I'm going to talk about the kind of urban cowboy era with sequins and everything like that. Outlaw country, Freddie Powers and Merle Haggard are here. Sonny Meredith, About the Law. Takes you everywhere you want to go in country music. We cover every genre and subgenre. Jim Lauderdale, Americana, Carl Jackson, bluegrass, etc.
You know, two of my favorite interviews, you said Urban Cowboy, and I got it. I was so lucky to have him. Mickey Gilley, before he passed, oh my God, it was on tape. Still love it, listening to it. That thing is only about probably maybe 2 or 3 years old before he passed. And then, of course, one night he was over at Gilley's Bar in Pasadena down there. And he was watching the Astros in the playoff game. We're probably talking about the 2019, 2020, 2021 season, somewhere there. Johnny Lee came on the program for the health scare now, too. Of course, he had a lot of problems there, too. But Johnny Lee's still out there doing the tours, doing what he can, too, on the Urban Cowboy Tour. But Mickey Gilley had told some stories. I'll have to share that one with you. It's
I'd love to hear it.
fantastic out there, too. But it just gives you chills knowing who you're talking to. And I'll have to put up there, too, Randy Travis, because a lot of those shows, we had Skip Ewing coming here yesterday, hit songwriter from Randy Travis. And put out so many songs for Kenny Chesney. You had from Hello, and If I Didn't Have You, which was hit songwriter for Randy's big career. Skip Ewing out there. So I love it. And the fact that you're doing this too, because I want to give a lot of credit to the songwriters out there, because a lot of people just were focused in some shows. Can't say speak for all. Just for me, I give credit to those songwriters out there, because without those guys, you're creating something from nothing, and there is nothing for nobody.
There's no hits without the songwriters.
Without the songwriters, and that's what you're really kind of exposing here to, the stories behind those songs that you're right got stuck in a place. You knew they were going to go over to another side of things, but it never, nobody took a chance on those type of songs. I love it. I just love this project. Songs of Nashville, June 24th, pre-order now out there too. Jake, appreciate you coming by, man.
Thanks so much for having me on, guys.
Great. Jake Brown out there. Giving a follow.
So
Songs of Nashville too is going to come out there too as well. The real stories about country music's greatest hits. Tell the stories behind the creation of more than 300 number one hits. Pre-order now, due out January 24th. They got to get a copy of this, and again, get really just talking music enthusiasts inside the songwriting mecca of Nashville's Music Row for the real stories behind country's most influential recordings. Songs of Nashville gives readers a front row seat to the lives and work of the artists and song crafters out there who've shaped country music. You got to read this too.
Yes, I do.
There's an audio book that's going to be coming of it too. If you're not so much like a straight reader, you can listen to it while you're driving.
Yeah.
Or there's, so yeah, we appreciate anyone willing to support the songwriters, support the book.
I love it. Support the book and a great cause out there too as well. And of course, we appreciate you coming by.
Yeah,
Jake Brown on the Backstage Pass, again, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. Is there one more? We may have. Let's see what's on there.
It.
We might be it. We might tear down. We may come back for a little bit more coverage, but if not, we've given you a lot of great content here. Country Radio Seminar rolls on 2025 here at the Omni Hotel live in Nashville, Tennessee. The SportsGuysPodcast.com and KKTC True Country 99.9 out there too, and of course our friends out there too. HighTideCountry.net. Get this book, pre-order it now. Songs of Nashville. I can't wait to read this cover to cover and have Jake sign it for us, and then give you more stories behind the songs out there too as well here on the Backstage Pass. Of course, we love to say we attribute the songwriters as much as we do the artists here on the program. Because without the songwriters, there is no songs for anybody to record out there too. Thanks to everybody out there too as well. We'll see you back in a flash if we have one more here at Country Radio Seminar.
I did double check. He was the last one. So
that's it. So we may be wrapping it up here too. Appreciate the coverage for the 3 days. Back in a flash. Stay tuned if we come back with one or two more. But if not, we'll see you guys back on the shows coming up in Texas next week, too. The CadenGordonShow.com, today's best country mix, Olivia Rocks and Sandy June Music, and KKTC True Country 99.9, and, of course, out there, too, as well, HighTideCountry.net. See you soon. God bless, and everybody stay warm out there. It's cold.
Yeah, it's very cold.
Across the country, too, as well. From all of us here, too, as well, great coverage, day 3 of Country Radio Seminar here live in Nashville, Tennessee. See you soon. God bless. Take care.